All right, good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to say, this is a great occasion here to be so thankful for having a show on LFA TV because of what happened today on our show on LFA TV. So, as we know, that Newsday called on and it's a good thing they did because they decided to ask a few questions about a recent article that was just published about the LGBT Network of New York, the same organization that just was stripped of funding, according to reporting earlier this year because of a fraud case. So the LGBTQ or the LGBT Network of New York is now assembling something called Pride Patrols to attend school board meetings, and here's the article here. Here's a snippet from the article that just went up today. I'll put it on your screen right now. An LGBTQ advocacy group has launched a team of Pride Patrol volunteers who will attend school and library board meetings on Long Island to, quote, create safe spaces, advocates said Thursday. Funny. When they go to school board meetings, it creates safe spaces. When we go to school board meetings, well, you'll just go ahead and see exactly what that was. We go to the articles from earlier last year about when people were protesting mask mandates. Back to the article. More than 100 people have signed up to join the patrol. Folks, patrol. We had people that were peacefully attending school board meetings. Some people yelled. They're setting up patrols as if they're going to be policing these school board meetings. Patrols. More than 100 people have signed up to join the patrol. President and CEO David Kalimnik said of the LGBT Network during a town hall meeting Thursday night in Hauppauge. Kalimnik said the patrol members who will wear custom-made shirts and badges. Badges. Custom-made shirts and badges now. They think they're a police force, ladies and gentlemen. Will be activated to attend local meetings to counter the presence of groups like Long Island Loud Majority, a conservative group active in local school board politics. Their tactic is to show up at these meetings and create a sense of fear and intimidation, Kalimnik told a crowd of 6. Really? Because nothing sounds intimidating like creating patrols to attend school board meetings. Patrols. We're going to create that safety for the people in the community, the parents, the families, and the students to get up and speak. We are not going to let these people run around anymore unfettered. Shawn Farash, founder of Long Island Loud Majority, declined to comment Friday, except that it's completely untrue. Here's a clip from our show on LFA TV today when Newsday themselves called for comment, and you tell me if this is me declining for comment. Here we go. Who is calling me in the middle of the LFA show? You know what? Let's see if this is a scam. Hold on. We're going to do a scam live on LFA. Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Shawn, please.
Who's this? Hey, who is it? Oh, it's Newsday. No, I'm sorry. We don't talk. I can't talk to the press right now. Apologize. Okay.
Our local paper is on right now.
They held an event. They announced they're going to be creating what they call Pride Patrol volunteers who are going to attend school and library board meetings on Long Island to create what they call safe spaces for their advocates. And they mentioned that they're going to be doing this to counter specifically the Long Island
Loud Majority. Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, all right, so I'm just going to ask one question because your outlet has repeatedly written things about us that we were bringing out-of-district residents to school board meetings. Therefore, we should be considered domestic terrorists. Unless you decide to write the same thing about this network, which is openly admitting they're going to do the same thing, I have no interest in talking to you.
That's fine. I'm doing my part to see if you wanted to say anything in response.
Well, that would be that's my response. Unless you classify them the same way that your outlet classified our group, I have no other comment.
Okay, thank you, Shawn.
Thank you. Well, you heard it there. That's my response. Except in their article, it says that I declined to comment, which is simply not true. So I would expect a retraction, but just to show you that I'm not messing around and that their newspaper has never been kind to us, here is the unruly behavior has disrupted school board meetings across Long Island by Craig Schneider. School board meetings of Long Island have broken down, if not shut down, in recent months because of outbursts over COVID-19 restrictions and how cultural differences are being discussed in classrooms. Police patrols, police patrols. Now we have the safety and pride patrols. Interesting. Police patrols have increased around meetings due to the intimidating behavior. While some districts have switched from in-person to virtual meetings, the majority of unruly behavior in meetings has been sparked by those opposed to student masking. According to a Newsday review of meetings, some in the communities have also pushed back against how districts are teaching topics such as culture, race, and economic disparity. Folks, in that same article, here we are mentioned. Opposition comes from a mix of locals and groups. Opposition to masks on Long Island has come from a mix of local people and those tied to groups, including the Long Island Loud Majority and Moms for Liberty. The Loud Majority group is being monitored by the Alabama-based Southern Poverty Law Center, which says it tracks extremist groups known for hate speech. There I am quoted in the article. You have to be loud and upfront. But folks, at the one little bit further down in this article, Newsday says the National School Boards Association asked President Joe Biden on Thursday for federal help to investigate threats over policies, including mask mandates. Quote, as these acts of malice, violence, and threats against public school officials have increased, the classification of these heinous actions could be the equivalent to a form of domestic terrorism and hate crimes, the association wrote. The New York State School Board Association recently held a webinar on handling such meetings, and 600 people signed on. The number of board members does suggest widespread concern about what is happening. An association spokesman, David Albert, said, in some cases, it has become toxic. So Newsday writes this about us, but doesn't write this about David Kaliminik, the group, the LGBT network that just lost funding from New York State over fraud, setting up what they're calling pride patrols to counter people from Loud Majority attending school board meetings, which honestly we're not even that focused on at the moment. There's a gubernatorial race that kind of, I don't know if you heard of, but Lee Zeldin's running against Kathy Hochul. I don't know if you heard about that. But to counter us, to counter Loud Majority, to counter parents who are concerned about what is being taught in the classroom, and they're going to patrol these school board meetings with custom-made shirts and badges. Shawn Farash, founder of Loud Majority, declined to comment Friday. We know, once again, that is untrue. For one more time, I'll play this before we sign off. I don't want to go too long. Thank you, LFA TV, for giving us this platform. Because, as you know, if you were watching the show on LFA TV, rumble.com/LFA TV, you saw it between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. this morning when Newsday called, and I provided one hell of a response. Here you go. Who is calling me in the middle of the LFA show? You know what? Let's see if this is a scam. Hold on. We're going to do a scam live on LFA. Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Shawn, please.
Who's this? Hey, who is it? Oh, it's Newsday. No, I'm sorry. We don't talk. I can't talk to the press right now. Apologize.
Who is it?
Okay.
Our local paper is on right now.
They held an event. They announced they're going to be creating what they call Pride Patrol volunteers who are going to attend school and library board meetings on Long Island to create what they call safe spaces for their advocates. And they mentioned that they're going to be doing this to counter specifically the Long Island
Loud Majority. Okay, so let me ask you a question. All right, so I'm just going to ask one question because your outlet has repeatedly written things about us that we were bringing out-of-district residents to school board meetings. Therefore, we should be considered domestic terrorists. Unless you decide to write the same thing about this network, which is openly admitting they're going to do the same thing, I have no interest in talking to you.
That's fine. I'm doing my part to see if you wanted to say anything in response.
Well, that would be that's my response. Unless you classify them the same way that your outlet classified our group, I have no other comment.
Okay, thank you, Shawn.
Thank you. Doesn't sound like I declined to comment. And somebody in the chat there, Debbie Lundberg on Facebook, said, Shawn, you don't seem like the type of person to decline to comment. I don't usually decline to comment. I did decline. Kevin and I both declined to comment the Daily News, where they were trying to make us say something that would have hurt Lee Zeldin. Obviously, we're not going to deal with the daily fake news. But I did the same thing to Newsday. Unless you're going to play it fair and say that the LGBT network, we never said we were going to patrol school board meetings. Matter of fact, over and over and over again, on all of our streams, we repeatedly asked for people to behave peacefully. We didn't send anybody there with or tell everybody to wear matching shirts. We certainly didn't have badges. And we did not create what they're calling patrols. So, from that standpoint alone, what the LGBT network is doing here on Long Island is far and away more provocative and intimidating than anything that Loud Majority did over the course of the spring of 2021, the fall of 2021, and now even into the late summer, early fall of 2022 at Connect What? Pride patrols. Pride patrols. That's what they're calling it. And they're doing it to counter us when, quite frankly, when we go to school board meetings, they're not what they used to be. They're doing this for attention. And now Newsday is sitting here applauding it and lying about facts. I commented. I did not decline to comment. I said, if you want to write this, this is my comment. They declined to use my comment because they didn't know it was being recorded on a live stream. Whoops. You know what, folks? Next time any of you speak to the media, make sure it's recorded. And God bless LFA TV, because that happened for a reason. Thank you, folks, for watching briefly. Please do me a favor. If you're watching on Facebook, share this everywhere. No joke. I want Newsday to feel this. Share this everywhere. If you're on Rumble right now watching, take that link, copy, post it all over social media. If you're on Getter right now watching, I know we have the Getter stream going as well. Post this all over the place. All over the place. Hit the repost button, all you can. If you're on Twitter watching right now, do the same thing, please. If you're on YouTube, I might leave this one up. I really don't care if this gets us a strike. So you can share that one everywhere, too. Thank you, folks, for watching. Newsday, you got caught. You lied. I did not decline to comment. At first, I wasn't going to comment, but I provided you with something to add into your article. You declined to use it. And then you said that it was me who declined to provide a comment. Lies. Not true. Dishonest. And you should feel this. You should feel this. If anybody still subscribes to Newsday, drop them. Drop them now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you at the Zeldin Kids Rally over there in Massapequa today, 4:30. And until I see you again, thank you very much, folks, and stay loud.